used to do the shamanamana or those Muppet people. Mana, mana. Yeah. Anyways, so I called this Groundhog Day ? Because I've been doing a lot of, well, last couple of weeks walking. I'm recording 2 videos, one for Rumble here and one for YouTube. So there's nobody on YouTube right now, which is okay because I haven't made a video for a while and I'm looking kind of scruffily today because I wasn't planning on making a video. But I figured I asked for a little guidance on what I should talk about. And my animal experiences were the one thing that came to mind. So that is what I named it for. So groundhogs, I looked up the totem medicine the other day, and because I saw a family, first one I saw this year, and it was like, doing their little, and so I'm going to read you parts of this one um, reading here. Groundhog spirit medicine equals many avenues, boundaries, speaking your truth, meditation, trance, dreams, okay, metabolism and diet. And this one is what was very profound to me. Death without dying. Death without dying. Should I repeat that again? Death without dying. So, groundhog, it burrows many tunnels, entrance, exits. Since a groundhog takes 2 years to fully mature, it may indicate that your project may take 2 years of extended. I think we've all been through the 2 years of study, at least, most of us. We need to have options. Know that you can create and have options in your life. Know that things change. Be ready, resilient, and resourceful, like the groundhog, ready to pop up out of its many entrances. Groundhog also teaches you about the need for boundaries. While groundhogs are generally not very territorial, they will allow others in their tunnel. For anyone with groundhog totem, it's important to give definite signals to your boundaries. Can also be giving you fair warning that you have overstepped someone's boundaries. It is best to resolve the situation in respect from the heart. So I try and do that. Be very respectful. I sometimes fuck up, but who doesn't? Anyways, but about speaking the truth, I wanted to talk about when groundhog shows up, it may be time to explore deeper and altered states of consciousness and lucid dreaming. You are being asked to explore altered states of consciousness deeper. The answers are within you. However, you've just not dug deep enough to find the root of it. So, why I think it's really important is this is from shamanicconnection.com. So you can figure out how to figure that one out. But thank you for letting us read that. And basically, too, what happened was, I think it was I posted it today, so forgive me. I'm really terrible at I post what I think is relevant to the day, but there's a lot of us who are kind of like, okay, well, we're just waiting. So but I posted about how we're supposed to get rid of bad habits. And I was like thinking about that the other day because Loop had posted it. Like, what bad habits? Like, I know I eat junk food. Okay. I know I could eat better. I do fruit smoothies and stuff. That's great, fabulous. But I could adjust my diet greatly. I'd say 50% I can adjust. I don't say I eat junk food 50%. It's just I could make better choices. So, but I don't gamble. And on it, it says these things will be harder for you to get rid of. And it was alcohol, gambling, junk food, lots of screen time, and porn. Well, I don't watch porn. I don't drink. Um, uh, yeah, so that solves quite a few of those. On the one thing I will admit is I eat junk food. I have grandma body. I don't mean I have a grandma's body because I'm not a grandma. I'm a cat grandma and a dog grandma. But I mean, I like comfort food, like baking chocolate chip cookies for my neighbor who's elderly, or whatever like that. That's all. I don't mind imbibing in a cookie or two, especially when they're hot out of the oven. Who doesn't like chocolate chip cookies? Yeah, but I can do without those. Anyways, so the other thing I was going to mention, I'm like, so I see how now synchronistic, well, not that I didn't see it before, but even in doing some card readings where it's literally how the planets are aligning and what's happening with what's going on with the banking system, for example, what the capital is going on there, and also all of these. It's gonna be this is really hilarious. I just think it's funny. And then the whole thing with the distractions, I don't think they're funny, and the false flags that are happening with the three adults and three children, and they're all being 9 years old. And if you flip those triple nines upside down, well, and then, like who they're targeting. So it's all like, did it really happen? I'm not saying that it didn't, but I don't know. I don't know. Because some things haven't happened and we've been told they haven't happened, especially when it involves these things and them trying to take away these things. But don't worry, these things are safe. So if you don't know, in Canada, these things were protected by Norm Traversy, probably, I think, in 2019, where he, um, I think I don't know, if somebody will correct me with the actual bill number, maybe 72, where he copyrighted, paid the government $50 to get the copyright of the gun law so nobody could change it. True story. So, yeah, I'm just going to see what some of these comments are saying here. Uh, yeah, I don't think it'll last that long. Mary says something about Schmeiden going to whatever. Yes, now everybody's hearing a big announcement right away, and I will say that I will agree. I will agree with what I'm hearing because basically with Evergrande, the biggest real estate company overseas in shipping, being reduced to this much right now. Nothing. I shouldn't even make these signs. But anyways, reduced to nothing. Basically what we're seeing now, it's like this where they can't stop what's happening because there's nothing backing their fake money anymore. Speaking of fake money versus real money and stuff, like I've, you know, mentioned a couple of things over the time, and I do think that's happening very quickly. I think, like, in biblical times, uh, I don't know the actual where quote or whatever, somebody can put it in the comments, where they put, how the meek shall inherit the earth, firstly. And then it'll be like, basically, we are poor and then we are rich. And then I think that's what's going to happen. So just think everything's mirrored. But if you have, say, some of these foreign dollars are worth next to nothing, like 0.00000006. What if they were like 6,000 to 1 or something on the mirror side? Who knows? But all of these things now are tied to actual precious metals, just like back in when A couple other presidents tried to do it, and they got killed for it. So I wouldn't worry too much about the fake robot going to Ireland. I don't know if that's even going to happen, because I foresee um, them doing a lot of business very quickly because it's already been done before. Like these people that we see, like the turd, I'm confident the number one turd is gone, and the number two turd, like the actor, maybe in GITMO or whatever, like when him and Biden got together, I think that's when Turdo got shipped again. Like, I think there's many of them, like the movie Multiplicity. Like, they can grow one of these suckers in 5 months, man. Yeah. Like, you got to put that in perspective. That's disgusting. I know, but true fact. So, oh yeah, I saw 5 deer in the yard the other day. That was awesome. That's about gentleness and diplomacy and moving forward. And a huge shift is coming. It is. It's going to be like, firstly, I do think that maybe Sunday, like everybody's thinking, beep, makes sense to me because um, just of logically around the world, that would be Monday in other countries. And that's when people are, you know, set to go. Now, I've heard rumors. I'm just saying rumors because people can use your own discernment after me talking about this literally for 3 years. Like everybody who's watched me for 3 years knows what I'm talking about. Because I've been repeating like about how the other system was corrupt and how we're going to have NESARA and what that's going to look like. And I heard rumors that you can't get your monthly things or however your, whatever the word is. I'll just say your stipend. Your stipend unless you're working, and that's awesome. Like anybody else, like be a contributing member to society, however that looks for you, and be of a good heart. And that includes repentance, like for all of your sins before. And I try and do like, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you on a regular basis for myself and for whoever. So that's also part of the groundhog medicine, I think, too. So it's like allowing people, yeah. So, anyways, what was I gonna say? It is, I don't know what day of the week it is even. It's Tuesday. Oh yeah, it's Tuesday. Tomorrow should be an interesting day, I think, for some peeps. It is March 15th in the Julian calendar today, which is the, I always screwed up, March of Ides, Ides of March, Ides of March. Me and my dyslexia. Anyways, so funny story. I today went to go check on this the only crypto account I have. And they changed the system. So the first time I did it last year, it was a procedure. Like I'm not a technical person. I'm just not. But I get the security level of security that's necessary for these things. I totally understand. That's neither here nor there. However, that being said, this is for $1. I have to wait 24 hours because I don't have the 3-digit on the back of my oh, look at that. Forgiveness card. I don't have that on the back of my bank card. So I phoned the bank, and believe it or not, I was told I would wait a long time, and they're like, no, whatever. So anyways, I ended up updating all of my information, somewhat accurate. The phone number's accurate, I'll say that much. And told them not to send any junk to me or whatever. And yeah, it was really funny. And I just told them, I'm like, well, this is so stupid. I don't want to contract with VISA over $1. Literally, it's $1. But I guess there's this thing I'm going to share with you all on your bank. Who knew? Who knew? In Canada, I did not know this. Through RBC anyways, that's who I deal with. You can go to your mobile app on your phone and press a couple of buttons and have a one-time 3-digit code to your Visa debit that will disappear after it's used. Didn't know that. Think of all that contracting everybody's been doing with all of these things, and that's the number one easiest way to protect yourself is the 3-digit code disappears. It's not floating around with your card. Who knew this? Come on, fess up. Anybody that knew this, other than you working at a bank, please let me in, because I had no idea. So now I'm waiting for 24 hours until the system updates so I can use my one-time 3-digit code. Maybe even longer. So anyways, I'm just going to read some comments here before I go any further. She didn't disagree. Oh, yeah. Okay, Sonia says, my bank, I talked to a lady about the QFS. She didn't disagree. She laughed at me. I'm credit union. Okay, yes. So, I'm in the veg. Yeah, I know where you're talking about, Regina, right? Somebody I know might have been born there. Lake Ontario. Oh, hey, you guys, how is it going? Yes. So this is how I'm going to explain how my perception before I get on with the card reading, and I don't even know what any of the cards were besides that forgiveness card. But how my perception, I'm just going to use my old phone here, is in the new QFS system, okay, it might even work with our current technology. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know anything. I'm just shooting out a rando, okay? Because if they can look at us through the little camera up here, and they can take pictures and record all the time, anytime, anywhere, then logically, I would think that we would be able to use this because the new internet is unhackable. So bad people can't steal our information. Why is this possible? Well, because when we hold our thing, it can feel our heartbeat and vibration through the frequencies. It can read our face, read our heartbeats. I made a video in 2020 called I Am in the New World. I Am and the New World. So if you type in the whole thing in YouTube, you should be able to find it. Raven Moonstone, I Am and the New World. And that video is a chart video, and I kind of explained how it will be able to use this new system based on our karmatic debt, number one. So if you're of service to humanity and you're a good-hearted person, light worker, and you want the best for everything, your phone knows how much love, vibrations you've been sitting in all this time, and everything that you've done ever on this planet, okay? God knows. It's God's highway. So God gets to decide what your karmatic debt will be. You know, if you didn't do something nice, blah, 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 then, you know. So, but if you're a good person, then it should work out for everybody, okay? I'm not talking about going and, you know what I'm talking about. Love and above, period. Doesn't matter who it's for. Love and above. Whether it's raising your family, looking after animals, just being a loving, kind human being. So our information will all be stored here, unhackable, and only read by our eyes and our vibration. Once we put down our phone and leave it there, no one else can pick that up. No one else can get into your information. No one. Because it's not your vibration. Now, it's my also understanding, it was kind of confirmed in, I think it was Situation Update video today. My friend was listening to it, and I heard, I think most of it. I don't know. Sometimes I zone in and out, but basically saying that if you weren't a good person, You wouldn't be able to use the new QFS. You couldn't get anything, or do anything. But there's a chance for repentance, and that, I believe, is what's coming. So people are going to either say, oh my God, this is happening. This is what I signed up for. There is God and Satan, and this is everything these nut jobs have been telling us for 2, 3, 5, 20 years, 40 years, wearing your tinfoil hat, whatever, is all true. Maybe even 50 years for some people, right? 60, 80, I don't know. Like, some people have always believed that there is something better, right? So, in my humble opinion, I do think we are going to have the coming to Christ where maybe it will be like my dream I had, where it felt like I was like gripped in light and I was kind of like, oh. And then if people were good people, they basically had the light shine and open and you're all connected to your new world. And then the people who were like, are in this, okay, you gotta choose. You gotta choose. So, and I think that's as easily as it comes down to, is that people realize that you're choosing between heaven and hell in that moment. So, and maybe it will take us a little while to have all of our um, 12 strands activated. Maybe it'll take us a while for, some of this technology. Maybe we'll go into a big, huge quantum leap. Who knows? But the death of our old self will be left behind. No doubt about that. No doubt. Like, the old energies are gone. There won't be any more slave debt. There won't be any more credit card debt. There won't be any of that stuff. No more human trafficking. No more none of that. No more oil currency. And we're seeing all of this come together, like Israel, for example, and all of the protests. They're showing them on TV. Honestly, today on, I think it was Bloomberg, because my neighbor watches it, said the calm before the storm. Is this the calm before the storm? And I was like, wait, what? Scooby says what? Yes, indeedy. So everything's coming to a disclosure. And with that, I'll get on to this card reading. This card is screaming, pull me out. So is that one for some reason. So I've got 3 cards here today. Card reading, card reading. The first card. Oh, what did we talk about? Boundaries. That was with the gopher. So it's about independence, healthy boundaries. It's about being healthy too. And after I did all of that talking, disruption and restriction. Ooh, isn't that interesting? Boundaries, independence, healthy boundaries. I shouldn't say like boundaries like they're bad. Healthy boundaries is good. But that's so interesting. I love it. So what does that mean, really? What does that mean for me if I were to look at it on a global scale? Healthy boundaries for me is like, I gotta quit my junk food cold turkey. That's my own thing. And I don't know, I think that's one of the biggest things, actually, because I'm a generous person. I like doing things and being there. And somebody sent me a weird text this morning, and I'm like, can't we just be friends, man? Like, can't we just be friends? Yeah, I'm not ready for that jelly. So, yeah, I think that's kind of where it's coming with everything. Like, relationships will have healthy boundaries. I think I'm hanging out maybe in the next couple of days, I hope, with my baby boy. And we're going to go for a walk and talk. Interesting little chat. He might not appreciate it, but I'm just going to share. One of his relatives is, I'm just going to use the term JW. I know you know what I'm talking about. And that kid particularly has had some issues with the family and the restrictions about that relationship. So, because I don't know really what the rules are. They have a lot of rules. So, and my son wasn't following the rules as a 15-year-old, I guess. So he's recently now said something about having conversations with some of them. And to me, that's kind of like an open door to, I think you might be ready to have a spiritual conversation, a godly conversation in general, you know, about the dichotomy of everything on earth, because that's come up in our conversations before when he brought up the dark energy and how there was a dichotomy. And I'm like, yeah, well, that represents the dark and the light, you know. So I think this is a good stepping stone, personally speaking, to open a conversation on some of the I guess light wisdom I can give him. I'm not dismissing that religion at all. That's not what I'm saying. It's just interesting that he's come to a part of forgiveness to allow that to maybe happen in the future. That's kind of, even though it's not my cup of tea, and I did share that with him. Not surprising though. So, the other things I wanted to point out, which I don't remember who posted it, was that 1963 was the year of the water rabbit. 1999 was the year of the earth rabbit. And then 2023 is the year of the water rabbit again. And it's also like my son was born in 1999, so that's kind of cool. But I wanted to share just a theory about Y2K, okay? Because I worked in the IT industry around that time. And this is my new updated theory to why Y2K even was orchestrated. I'll just say orchestrated. Because I think in 1999, when the four flags were captured and that system was broken, there was a mad panic to try and fix it. And they just masked it as, oh, we have to create these chains of code, these strings of code to remediate that. But ultimately, what it was is, I think for years, there's been a lot of backdoor spying and stuff, and that was a way for them to try and fix all of the things that were broken, and they could never fix it, if that makes any sense. The system was broken in 1999, so I think that's when it started. The new system started being built, or was already built and then amplified, and then anything that was trying to infiltrate the new system in the last 20 some odd years was squished. That's just my theory. Because on 2001 of September 11th, we were supposed to have the original announcement of NESARA. So for the last however many years, we've been living still as debt slaves when we were supposed to be free. Free. So that's just a theory. I'm going to read some quick comments and see where they're at. And then I think that's all my show for today. Okay. Live chats. Well, where are the comments? Okay, yes. And yes, that's right. So that is what's happening. Alicia, I think that's how you spell your name, Alita. Heard today that the banks collapse were taken down by the WHs, and that they took funds out of the CBAL that was in the banks and have been put into the fund for citizen. That's what's been going on for the entire time, is this big mirroring of these systems. And I think it's been for the last year or more that all of the banks who are going to be dealing with the new system have been trained and can't say diddly squat. It's the same as some of the police who maybe arrested good police, and they're known energetically in the new system. Well, in any system, they're known. We're all known. Everything's known. So maybe they helped arrest the bad police, or bad military or good military helped arrest the bad military. Who knows? Who knows? But I do know that we are going to see all of the bad people who ever did anything bad on this planet brought to justice, especially if they didn't repent. So I ask for forgiveness on a daily basis because I'm not sure where I effed up, but I must have had some long, long battles over and over again to be in this this life body. I am so grateful. Like, it's awesome. I'm just so appreciative that I can be of love and be detached from a lot of the emotions that sometimes will take us down. So, oh yeah, and here's the little rabbit that I bought. So that's about all I have to say today. What does that say? Banks are down all over. Yeah, actually, when I phoned the bank about this whole procedure, the teleprompter bank info, whatever thing, automated person thing, AI, automatic AI, shouldn't even use person, said, oh, we have more than unusual long waits at the banks, and da 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 da, go do it yourself online. But I actually got through right away, which was good. But maybe that's their deterrent. I don't know. I do not know. So I have been busy working, helping my friend do some stuff. It's very important before summertime. And yeah, so that's what I've been uh, busy doing. And helicopters galore in the city, helicopters galore everywhere. So, anyways, if you guys haven't done it already and you're rewatching, and I think it's probably in everybody's best interest to buy as much silver, hi-ho silver, as possible, because there's only so much on planet Earth, and it's used for lots of technology, including healing technologies. Yes. Yeah, last group of ankle boots. Boop, boop, doop, boop. I believe it. So I think, oh, the chocolate factory. Did everybody see that little post? And it totally made sense. How about the explosions? Like, what were going on? Where were they overseas again? Where it was like the big, by the shipping containers and everything. Those are big human trafficking areas. So think of the good guys taking out the bad guys. Any bad guys still watching my vids? I've seen all those court paper with Her Majesty King Charles. I don't get it. Like, can't even afford to change all of the paperwork? Come on, man. Come on, man. I've seen that floating around on the internet. They haven't even changed it on the side of the building. Why? Because they have no money. No money. No money. So, yeah. That's about what's shaking bacon. Yeah. So that's all I got to say about that. I'm really excited about all of the banks evaporating. Don't panic. Don't fear. I think most of it's safe. Like, if it doesn't matter, it's irrelevant, because we're going from literally, if you're under 30, I think it's safe to say $1 million. And if you're, say, someone like myself, creeping around where you can get into certain seniors' home and retirement homes, you know, then you're going to have more money. And if you can get into a senior's home, think about you being now able to remember everything, and healthy and wealthy and wise. Healthy, wealthy, and wise. So remember that Scotia Bank commercial, "You're richer than you think"? That's what it means. We're getting all of our Yellow Brick Road money back because the curtain's being pulled back. So we're very courageous to be walking through this battle, and we know we all have big, huge hearts. You like what I did there? So I love you guys. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. This is a good time to stock up. I'm gonna go get my son mentally prepared in a funny way. I'm gonna go like, let's go get some apocalypse groceries. Like, what do you need? I only want to be in the store for 15 minutes. Let's go. Oh, Taco posted something interesting on my page. She did a egg experiment. Store-bought versus Hutterite eggs. Disgusting. Plastic. Gross. I don't really eat a lot of eggs, but if I do, they are Hutterite eggs. But yeah, disgusting. All the more reason to just eat fruit. Just eat fruit. Fruit diet. Fruit diet. Fruit's good. Fruitarian. I gotta get better at it. Get rid of those cookies. Oh, and sourdough bread. Oh my God, I love sourdough bread. Yeah, for shame, Raven. For shame. But I think, if I had to live without that, I've gone to other countries where they didn't have chocolate chip cookies or sourdough bread, and I've survived. I've lived. I've lost weight. Go figure. Anyways, take care of yourselves. Stay as positive. Do as much meditation or prayers as you can. Connect with Source. Connect with animals. I love all of the animals that come and visit here. It's amazing. It's great. So I'm very grateful. Love. Bye. Love you all. I love you. I love you.